What is up? Good evening, everybody. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope everybody's had a great week of metal detecting and hanging out. Right now, I've got a little bit of a respiratory infection. I don't know what is going on, but we're gonna work through that, and we're gonna make this the best as possible. Um, Frankie. Mark Sexton first in the chat. Terry, Potter Owl, Copperhead, Metal Detecting, Larry Stewart, Urban Treasure Hunting, all kinds of folks. Jeff Ford just sent me a message that says, I am really hot. And Jeff, I really appreciate that, but you don't have to say that to me out loud. Let's go ahead and see if we can back it down. There we go, audio microphone. All right, we're backing it down, Jeff. I'm trying to overcompensate for my terrible voice. So, there we go. So we've got a great stream for you guys tonight. We've got my good friend Bill Hill here hanging out with us. It should be, Jeff said audio, of course. It should be a great stream, and we're not gonna hang out too long with just me. So let's go ahead and see if we can bring Bill in. Boom, there we go. How we doing, Bill?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm great, man. I'm great. So, yeah, everybody knows Bill as part of the Hoover Boys. Bob Horse says Bill who? Bob who?
Bob who? Yeah, that's right.
So I invited Bill on this evening because I think it's really cool that all you guys kind of have your own interesting different stories about metal detecting and life, how you all kind of joined up as a group, and I think it's really awesome. So we may or may not, Bill may or may not be at somebody else's house. We'll see what happens with that. So let's start from the beginning, Bill. Like, how did you get into metal detecting? And you're into a lot more than metal detecting.
Yes, I guess it really started out that I remember my grandfather used to always have a metal detector. It was always a cheap one, a little Harbor Freight one or whatever. But when I was younger, I've always seen him use it maybe once or twice. I never really knew more about my grandfather until later on in life. He died when I was young. But I was always intrigued about it, wanted to talk to my father about it, and I ended up using his here and there, and I never figured it out. And one day I picked it back up, bought a bounty hunter. I think it was a Quicksilver. I don't remember. And I found a silver dime in my backyard. And then after that, I just fell in love with doing it.
And that was like the one thing that was like, man, I'm hooked now. That silver dime. Do you remember what kind of dime it was?
It was a Roosevelt. Yeah, I still have it. Still sits at the house, So.
Yeah.
But
so, what So I mean, in the whole transition of that kind of stuff is like, so you went from a bounty hunter and you found. How long did you stay with the bounty hunter?
I kind of stayed with the bounty hunter for. It was a couple months, and I realized, I wanted to try something different, and I ended up getting a better, upgraded. Who is this? So I ended up getting a better upgraded bounty hunter, and I met up with Leo. It was funny. I was just randomly posting on Facebook, and I said, hey, just checked in. I think it was at the metal detecting club down the road, and Leo was interested in it. And he hit me up. Well, I knew Leo from high school, long friends from back then, and he was like, hey, man, I'm really into that. Hook up and have some fun, go metal detecting. And I said, all right, cool, let's try it out. And let me tell you something. Back in high school, Leo was like the jock kid, football player and all that. We really had nothing in common other than we were neighborhood friends that seldomly seen each other. And when I seen him, I was like, what the heck am I looking at? He had one of his book bags strapped on his back with one of his little mouse straws in there and knee pads on. And he was ready to go. Yeah. I wish I had a photo of it.
So you started off with digging with Leo, and
Oh, yeah.
and doing Facebook. Were you ever part of like the forums and stuff like that?
No, I really honestly didn't know how big it was, you know. I didn't really pay too much attention to it. I wanted to get out. I wanted to find, you know, I guess more of it was I wanted to see what my brother was into it, you know. And then later on, I kind of figured out it was kind of like in my blood through my, you know, what my grandfather did, because it all falls into play with the bottle hunting, you know. We were cleaning out my parents' basement. My mother and my father said, well, you know, your grandfather, every time he went to West Virginia, back to his old, that's all he did. He spent time digging out the old farm pit, and they still had all of his bottles and most of them in the basement from West Virginia. So it's just something that's been run through the family.
That's really cool. Did so so your so through I mean through your own hobby you got to learn about your grandfather.
Yes, yeah, I didn't, like I said, I think I was probably maybe 5 or 6 when my grandfather passed away.
Yeah, right on,
And
man.
I really didn't know much about him. So, but apparently it's a lot of similarities between the two of us. With, you know, in regards to wanting to find treasure and, you know, holding on to it. You know, my father, this was his father, and my dad said it was constantly, you know, my grandmother was nagging him, why are you bringing all this stuff home? Why is it being kept, you know, and all this, you know. I guess I'm the same way. My wife says the same stuff.
Um, yeah, that's funny, man. That I love that. I love the fact that you said it was in your blood. I think that's true for a lot of treasure hunters. I mean, whether you metal detect, you shoot for coins, you bottle hunt. I think that we're all
Yeah.
treasure hunters deep down.
But I
Um,
mean, it's just not even that. I mean, it's, you know, in a sense, I can go back to the same thing. Like Brad loves to go to like flea markets. My grandfather did all that too, and it's something that I love. Every weekend, I take my daughter with me to, you know, flea markets, and we go looking for treasures there.
and
So,
that's
Bob,
cool
what is
because
your
now
favorite?
you're passing that hobby along.
Yes, yeah.
Like, yeah, that's absolutely fantastic. So you moved from the bounty hunter. You wanted a different machine to kind of get into.
Well,
So
see,
what?
yeah, I went to the Quicksilver, and from the Quicksilver, I moved up to like a Bounty Hunter Discovery 3300, and I realized it just wasn't. It just kept failing, you know. It was like, and then I couldn't go out in the rain. I wanted to go out, and you know, even when it rained. And then I started looking into it, and I bought the Garrett. You know, it was through the club, and they were talking about it, and I just fell in love with it. I went up to, we had a local detective shop up by where, you know, in Harford County, and that was it. Tried it out, and I remember he was like, "Oh, you know, you can put money down on it." At the time, I was just like, "All right, I'll just put money down on it, pay for it when I can." And then I took it out a couple times. I was like, "You know what? Let me pay it off, and that's it." You know, I fell in love from that point.
We're
First,
multitasking here, um,
you're fine.
but yeah, you know, it's you could be saying what? All right, we'll deal with that, Jeff. Um, the that
Brandon's
is
on here.
that's really cool, man. So like the whole desire to to dig something, you know, to want to go out and be a part of something,
By the way,
you know, like to go out and metal detect in the rain and stuff like that, moved you into the AT Pro, and that's really
yeah.
fantastic. What was your first like? What you found like you had really gotten a hold of the AT Pro, like you understood it?
Ah, honestly, I'll be the first to tell you, it took me a long time to figure it out. You know, it's just, I guess, going from something that's not really any kind of technology to it being a bounty hunter, and you're looking at symbols that are just like, oh, it's a nail, you know, it shows a nail, you know. To when you get to the AT Pro, you're looking at numbers, hearing tones, and I guess actually when I first met up with Kurt, you know, I took him to one of my spots, and he pulls out of this spot. I was pulling maybe wheat pennies and nothing. I didn't think anything of it, and I knew it had a little bit of age to it. And I said, hey, I ran in there and said, you want to come digging one day? Just come down. He's like, sure. And here he's got to pull a barter dime out of the middle of the field out of nothing, and I'm like, great. All this time I've been digging, and I ain't never found nothing. He pulls the barber dime out.
My first barber dime ever was at Billy's place.
Yeah.
And Leo
I still got that photo.
right off that place later that evening, didn't he?
Yeah. Leo went back, and he pulls the barber quarter. And I'm like, oh, now this ain't right. So the next day I go down, and it's like I just focused on it, and I concentrated. I slowed my swing down. You know, I watched him basically. I just slowed my swing down and listened, and next thing you know, I pull out a silver quarter, a Washington quarter. I'm like, here, they're pulling barbers. I'm pulling Washingtons, you know, and it's like, whatever, it's still silver. And then I still get the pimple quarter going off in the hole, and it's a half, what do you call it, dollar? A walk and half.
Oh, man, I actually think I may even have had that in there. I had to dig way back to find that.
Yeah. If you see the picture of Kurt holding a dime up wearing that headband, that's
They gotta bring that headband back this summer.
That's like Hoover Boys right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody wants to know what bucket list items haven't you found yet?
The lock. The lock and the 1 real. I really want to find them.
I think one of the 2 reals.
Well, 2, 1.
I
have a half. I just want something other than a half real.
Yeah. So it's interesting. I think that it was a surprise maybe to me when I got to meet you guys, but you're really into bottles, and maybe it was it a little surprise to the guys that you dig with?
What's that? About the bottles?
So like into bottles the way you are, or did they always know that?
Well, Bob totally hates bottles, so he's against it. He made fun of me, and yeah.
It's only because you like it, not because he hates bottles.
Yeah, and I was surprised. Like when I brought it up to Kurt, and Kurt was just like all about it. He's like, "Cool, I've always wanted to do it. Let's go do it." You know, I never thought he would be into it, and you know,
it's been a while. We need to dig a privy.
Yes, that's the next thing. Privies.
Dig a privy, right on. We can make that happen.
Like, I mean, I've taken Leo. Leo's been with me. Brad's expressed interest. You know, even Brad's mom's expressed interest. So, I mean, other than that, I think it was more of it was good that, you know, to actually hear them say they actually supported me about it, except for Bob. I don't think Bob will ever support me on anything. Unless it's just how it is.
Bottle Cap Brian says, Bill, do you think you are luckier when you carry the foo-foo juice or when you leave it in the truck?
Well, that's the thing. I don't even know where my foo-foo is now. So, you know, I guess it's, yeah. We'll see.
We'll see what makes a difference. Right on. So,
I mean, go ahead.
No, you're good.
I mean, luck to me is really, I'd rather be lucky to know I'm getting off of work to go and dig, you know, because I hate the times that we'll be sitting there and I have plans, and then next thing you know, my boss walks in and he's like, yeah, you're not going anywhere. You got another 8 hours, you know.
Yeah.
So,
luck is getting off of work on time. Everything else is determination and dedication to what you like doing.
Yeah.
So like, let's talk about bottles a little bit. So you said you have a goal of digging a privy. Have you ever
yes.
So most of your stuff is dumps, right?
Yes, dumps, yes.
And yeah, I mean, don't give any secrets away, but so you use different maps, or are there research techniques that someone would use to find a bottle dump in their hometown?
Actually, I mean, I was kind of blessed about it. I got a good friend, and Robert, my buddy Robert, and he was just out of nowhere. You know, he hit us up one day. I actually was at the bottle. I got to go back to the bottle store to get this, because Kurt was like, I was at work and I called Kurt and the guys up and I said, hey, there's the bottle show down at the college, the local college. Let's all go. And out of all of them, everybody, I think, but, you know, Brad and Bob showed up. And we had a blast. And I met this guy, Robert, and he ended up living like 3 streets down from me. And we shared the same interests and everything. And I never knew. I was still learning trying to figure out how you would figure out this stuff. And it's been a blessing knowing him the best. He's like a great friend because he shows me. He's got every knowledge you can imagine of dumps in my surrounding area. So that's basically how I've come across my dumps.
Yeah, well, that's cool, man. I mean, the that's for Kurt, by the way, if you were wondering.
What I do?
That's for you, Kurt.
Yeah.
What you snapping on?
And that's cool, man, because you actually have somebody who is into the hobby already to kind of lead you along, and I think that takes a lot of people. I think that's where a lot of folks who metal detect get out of the hobby. They don't have anybody to teach them.
Yeah, and I mean it's like what you said earlier about with getting the kids involved. The one thing, if I could do anything before I die, is pass the love of what I know and what I want to do on to my daughter, and that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I want her to be able to keep her history and keep it. I tell everybody says, "Oh, do you sell your stuff that you dig?" No, anything I dig, honestly, goes. I bring it in. My daughter's more excited. It's hers. I don't care what it is. She can put it in her room if she wants. She should. She takes my finds like it's almost every week. They do something different in school, and I'm getting the messages from her teacher. Hey, have you ever dug anything from this era, this time? Yeah, sure. And they take it to school, and she's taken many countless of things that I found that are probably worth more than what I should let an 8-year-old take to school, but she does.
Right. That's
Just,
absolutely awesome, man. I think that's cool because not only you're exposing or sharing that history with her, but all of her family members and stuff are going to be, or all of her classmates are passing all that stuff along.
Yeah.
So in your bottle collecting, how do you do you have something that you really like to focus on, or do you have like a genre, or do you just like it all as long as it's old?
Well, if I dig it, obviously I'm going to keep it. I like it that way. But if I had to choose anything out of anything, it would be all Baltimore bottles. I don't care if it's beer, if it's sodas, if it's medicines. It could be food jars, anything. If it says on there Baltimore, I like it. Probably out of all, if I had to choose between the three main of a medicine, a beer, and a soda, I would probably choose blob top sodas. For some reason, I like the blob top sodas. That would be it. That and Hutches, because they're all about the same. I do like that.
Did you So have you dug any Hutches or blob tops? I'm sure you've dug blob tops.
One blob top soda, and as far as Hutches go, no. And actually, Brandon's on here from Adventure Archaeology, and he always talks to me. I call him, I text him about it, and he's like, "Come on, man, come on down." And it's like I would love to. It's like, but it's kind of hard with the situation of work and where I work and this time of year. I can't. I wish. That's my goal. If I had a whistle in a bottle right now, it would be a Hutch, and if it was a Baltimore Hutch, it would be amazing.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I keep threatening to go down to Alabama and walk that creek with him too.
Yeah, we'll have to make a joint trip doing that.
Yeah, so, we're coming in August, Brandon. All you have to do is get to Virginia, and you can ride with me the rest of the way.
Amazing. I would do it.
I believe Bill's oldest identifiable point is a King William.
Yeah, it's
It's 1500.
So, big shout out to the Hoover Boys who say eat your lunch. Thank you guys. Unnecessary, but appreciated. So as all of this, it's almost impossible to separate Bill out from the Hoover Boys and the Hoover Boys away from Bill. Does that make sense? Is that do you guys feel the same way?
What do you think, Kurt?
Is it? Because honestly, for Bill, it's probably hard because people don't realize Bill likes bottles, or even though there's really awesome thumbnails that say Billy Bottles or Buffalo Bill, but I think that's interesting, and I just wonder what your take on that was.
If they want to call me Billy Bottles, or not necessarily
nicknames, but just you guys are kind of identifiable all together as a group, and it's kind of it's just interesting to me. I don't know. Maybe that wasn't even a question, but
Well, it's kind of weird because I get a lot of people now. It's like I'll get Facebook messages and be like, "Hey, are you gonna make your own YouTube channel?" And I'm like, "No, there is no way I could do what Kurt does. It's impossible. You know, I don't have the skill,
You don't need
the time, or
be fancy with it.
Yeah,
People just want to see what you're doing.
you know."
I'd be less fancy, but I got to keep up with the Joneses.
Honestly, I don't think, because they ask me, well, you're just going to go out and dig on your own and film, and I don't like digging on my own. I mean, it's fun to do it with friends. I mean, even when I'm with him, we always bicker and have fun doing it, and it's really fun.
If you're not picking on each other,
Oh,
I mean,
gosh.
that's, like, all we do is harass each other all day.
The only one that's really honestly mean out of the whole group is Bob, and I think that's just because the Alzheimer's is kicking in.
oh my gosh. Oh my god.
Does that mean look at that? Brad,
Urban Treasure Hunter said you eat it. Thank you, brother, for the super chat.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I think that's true. I think a lot of us enjoy digging with other folks, and honestly it makes the finds that much more memorable.
It really does, yeah.
Have you ever found? I mean, obviously you go out from time to time just because everybody else has their own things they have to take care of. Have you ever found something and like immediately turned around and wanted to share it?
Oh yeah, all the time. I mean, it's. I think when I first found that my beer, my Pabst beer, when I found that, I was alone. I wasn't with Kurt. I was alone, and I felt so horrible because I had no one there. I was so excited and I had no one there to share it with. Yeah, and it's like I go to turn around, look, I'm like, man, what do I do? So I start just calling everybody, and it's not the same.
Well, I'm happy you got the picture and a little bit of video.
Yeah.
It worked its way into the episode really well.
Yeah. But,
Yeah.
and it only did. I kind of need Kurt there because if I get really excited, I'm not going to film nothing. I mean, you'll see the camera going all over the place, and then it's like, what did I film? Nothing, And then Kurt's like, I can't use none of this. Or if I'm out there, he's like, just go, take a deep breath. We got this. So,
yeah, that's cool, man, and that's the general excitement of doing what we do. I mean, that's awesome, man. Yeah. There's yeah, it's cool as the Soul Jim says they always hunt. He always hunts with his best friend, which happens to be his wife, which is really cool. So how's your wife supportive of your hobby?
Well, my wife used to make fun of me all the time with it, and then I don't know. I mean, she's weird. If we go to the ocean every year, well, we try to go to the ocean every year, and I take my detector and I swear I'm going to go walk the beach and find something good. It never happens. I never get to see my metal detector between my wife and my daughter. They're the ones out there doing it. So I guess she's a closet detectorist, side there. And she supports it. She doesn't. She's just as much of a saint as Kurt's wife or Brad's wife. If I asked her to go out, she's like, I guess I could say she's a saint. If not, she's telling me really honestly, get out of the house and leave me alone.
Yeah, no
So
doubt.
I guess she just could.
Do you have the same problem of leaving finds everywhere and then getting yelled at?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I get yelled at all the time. Yeah, my wife. I got if I were to take a picture of my living room right now in front of my cabinets, in front of my shelves, I got mason jars and bottles and everything just laying all in front of it. My wife trips over them, and it's like, I don't know, she gets upset, and then she's fine with it. And, I guess not all wives could be like Kathleen. Hi, honey. I love you.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I mean, I like the beach story. I think that's neat because I think everybody I bet she probably wants to find that big diamond ring out on the beach.
Oh, it's like I called her up today because I forgot. I'll be honest, I forgot today was today and we were doing this. And I said, oh, crap, I got to tell her I'm going up Kurt's. And so we're heading up, I'm heading up here. And I said, she called me. I was supposed to meet her at the gym later instead of earlier. And she says, where are you going? I said, I'm heading up to Kurt's. We're doing the interview. She goes, all right, go make me the money. I said, I ain't making money yet. And she's like, well, just go make me money. So, I told her, she wants me to find whatever I can. And I'm sure if I found that big diamond ring, I wouldn't even see it. I would hold it up for 1 second, and she would appear and take it away from me, and that's it.
Absolutely.
I think every wife.
Absolutely. Jamie Henley says countertops are fair game for relics as long as you don't mind getting fussed at.
That's it. That's true.
So
I had the problem with things places and then forgetting where I put them.
Yeah. I think Jamie
part.
has that same problem too.
We're at my dining room table right now, which is like a mess of metal detecting fines,
Shipping.
eBay shipping equipment, food bottles, and just it's a mess.
Oh yeah.
And my laptop for editing.
Yeah.
This is my office. This is
Yeah.
our dining room.
Dining room office, right on, man.
I need to get rid of kids. Anybody want some kids?
Want to buy them?
I want some kids. No, I'm just learning how to deal with mine right now. So, which is great, but it's tough.
Well, you got the little ones still.
Yeah, I do have a little
Right.
one, so it's good, and it's daddy daycare when I'm at home right now. So,
Cherish it, was it? Don't talk back.
What are you gonna have, baby?
Maybe soon.
Really?
Maybe soon.
yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Ask when are you gonna get your daughter out digging?
How long are you?
I've already lost mine. We talk about it, and you guys are gonna put me on the spot. Me and the wife talk about it. She wants another one, so it'll probably happen in time.
Yeah. Right on. Right on. That's awesome, man. So
We were asked, Kurt, Bill, Matt, MyLab Equinox 800, Garrett 18 Max, or XP Deus. It's up to you.
Yeah,
It's whatever fits your personality. They're all great machines, and
I
the
was-
sight matters more than the detector. They're all good machines. They're going to beep if you get over a good target.
Yeah, you're not gonna. Yeah, it's not like you're gonna suck the find out of the ground because you're swinging one or the other. It's whatever you're swinging over top.
I'm gonna say that you're gonna need one of each.
Yeah.
Yeah. My Deus is underneath the sofa over there. I haven't used it in like 2 years.
Yeah, it's yeah, absolutely. So you
It's,
guys
everybody
are
wanna
all
buy
using the Z-Link pinpointers now?
I haven't used mine that much. I'll be honest. I guess it's just something new. I still haven't really gotten used to integrating in my gear. So
Yeah, I like that wireless thing though, man. That thing is awesome. Once you get used to it, it kind of sucks for making a video, but it's good for.
yeah. See, it's perfect for me in a way, and I guess everybody probably thinks that I do use it because I don't like the noise. I hate the noise of the pinpointers. I'm always on vibrate. For the longest time there, every time I'll be doing something, Kurt would be like, hey, have you found it yet? And I'll be like, yeah, I'm right on it. He's like, turn the sound on. I need, it's like, yeah, you need sound for video. Well, I'm not the type that likes the sound on the pinpointer.
Yeah,
So,
I'm not.
different.
It's pretty interesting. I'm not really a big fan of it, but sometimes it does work for me because I really, especially water hunting, I don't like the sound in the water.
Yeah.
So
I think Dig Dog asked me if my first carved bullet was found at DIV 45, and the answer to that is no. I dug another carved 3-ring bullet prior to that, and it's in a video. I forget what video it was. We were at Brad's, I think, brother-in-law's. I dug that carved bullet there.
I'm trying to picture that one.
yeah, I think I got a picture of it rolling through.
Yeah.
So I've got some pictures up, just kind of flipping through as we go through and do this. I had something.
Here's my cokes.
Who asked? Rust Belt Relics asked. Man, that's crazy fast. Asked. He said, "I'm in a rut. Any advice? Do you ever find yourself in a metal detecting rut?"
All the time. All the time. And honestly, the only advice I'll give anybody is don't go out there expecting to find something. Go out there to have fun, to get out and see what, life's about, and, enjoy the weather. That's why a lot of people used to make fun of me for taking naps. But you know what? The best part about it was I was out there with my friends. I was having fun, and I took a great nap from it. But now I don't nap anymore.
I do enjoy taking a nap in the field. It's weird, but I love it. Other than the fact that I think
when you're exhausted, you can lay down in nature, and it's just so peaceful.
Oh yeah.
Stretch your back out on a nice little inclined hill. Oh,
I thought you were gonna say an anthill. I've done that before.
How many naps did you take at DIV?
What, this time?
Yeah.
I didn't take any. Actually, I didn't even eat.
He laid down once to take a break and wait for me to walk 200 yards to get over to his bullet he found.
Yeah, but I mean, they went to lunch. It was Bob and Kurt went to lunch, and I was out still in the field digging the pits, trying to find another pit out there.
All Metal Mike says I'm going to the Detectiveville in September. Any advice? Dig everything.
Yes, dig it all.
There's little hammered silver coins and little tiny Roman coins. Be very, very low. Just dig it all, and hopefully you swing over a goodie.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I think we're guilty of that even here. I mean, I know you guys dig it all, but it's so easy to get hung up in the numbers. I guess when you go over there, you don't get hung up in the numbers because you don't know what the numbers for anything are.
This is true. And if you're running single frequency, get ready for some coke, which is pretty much a hot rock. And
all right, tell me about this one.
It's
That's
that
the
picture.
That's pre-Bob.
That's from episode 4 of the Hoover Boys.
Yeah, that's way pre-Bob.
This is when Brad had a real sweet haircut and a lime green jacket.
Yeah, that hair, that hair. Yeah, there's something about that hair.
Fire Marshal Bill.
What was that, Fire Marshal? Yeah, I guess.
Hey, tell you something.
I used to wear my job shirt all the time. That's back when I weighed all that weight. You had all that weight on me.
The only shirts you used to own were fire department
shirts. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
guess you do that.
Yep.
Brad said that's from when I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, that was the first day. Like I was like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna film us this time." And they're like, "Okay."
Yeah, but that right there's me and Michael Bennett. I was excited, very excited.
Nuggy nugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
actually, it was pretty cool.
Skinnier than he is now.
It was pretty cool to meet that man. He's awesome. He's a cool guy.
So tell me about this coin.
That is my half dime. And that was, I can't even remember the date. I can't even say
32?
What was that?
32, yeah.
That just kind of surprised me. We were out in the corn. I don't even want to say cornfield. We were just out in the field, and it's one of those times I got off work and I was tired, and we just met out there. And I said, I'll go swing for a little bit and have some fun with you guys. And I was just about to give up, and I had this really tight, sweet signal. There's the cardboard bullet picture right there, by the way, all the way in the back corner to the left. It would say it. But I'm out there, and I just get this really tight, quiet, sweet signal, and I just went nuts. I seen silver, and I couldn't control myself.
We hadn't seen Bill in about a month, month and a half.
Yeah.
And he comes out, takes that coin, and then leaves. We don't see.
I was like, "See us. I gotta go."
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was like, "I gotta roll."
So we'll get to that, Terry. So you guys dig pretty interesting Civil War relics too, right? I mean, not necessarily. I mean, you run into a lot of coins, but you do also run into like the random Civil War spot too.
Yeah. I mean, you can find Civil War in most areas. I mean,
we usually have to travel west or south to find Civil War, but I mean, the sites we hunt are old enough that usually predate the Civil War.
I mean, we found them at the Indian Head Burial Ground too.
Well, they camped there,
so
Right.
yeah,
And
it's all over.
I think that's pretty important to realize too, is that, you know, sometimes you get into places that are just too old to have new stuff.
yeah.
I love when there's cross-century contamination.
Oh,
I find
yeah.
everything from colonial up through the Civil War, and even Washington quarters and rosy dimes. I like a healthy mix.
Yeah,
Somebody asked who coined the phrase "all holes matter."
That was me.
You did?
Oh, yeah.
Billy Boy.
It was during those trying times in Baltimore City.
The riots.
The riot. Screaming other things. We were just trying to dig, and all I said was all holes matter.
So there's a whole bunch of stuff going in the questions, and I can't catch them all. So tell me about this fantastic picture.
That picture right there, and the funny thing, I don't know if I still have it, which I probably don't own me, but during Christmas, I actually gave Bob a gift card, and I made myself a gift card with that picture on it. But that picture was, I forget the meaning behind it. What I was making fun of Bob for when we did all that.
It's on a Facebook post. It's got like 400 comments or something.
Yeah, he couldn't find something. He was having.
Oh, this is when he was in his copper drill.
Yes, he was in a copper drill, and then I kept on pursuing because every time Bob's got something going on metal detecting related, I just have to go on the Hoover Boys chat and tell everybody, Bob's having a rough time, so let's just flood his Facebook, flood this chat, whatever, pictures of what it is that he's looking for.
I will say Bob looks really healthy in that picture.
Yeah, now you don't have the Alzheimer's.
The Alzheimer's. You cannot see that. That's a fantastic picture. I love everything about it. It actually should be, Bob should get it tattooed on himself.
He should. You should have that tattoo.
Like Steven.
Whoever made that picture up, I give them every bit of props for it because it was the best.
I think that's there you go. And then there's some displays and stuff running through.
That's actually just most of the bottles when I started out. They were just stuff that was given to me family wise and stuff that I dug here and there, just purchased.
Yeah.
So
right
now
on.
if you've seen
it's a nice looking cabinet. It's a nice looking display.
You've seen the cabinet, all those finds are out of there, and it's nothing but glass in there.
Really?
With bottles. Yes, it is packed.
What's the oldest bottle you have in your collection? I know not that you found, but in your collection.
The oldest bottle I have in my collection. I have a couple open bottle medicines, but they're probably the oldest I have.
What do they date to? About the 40s?
It's 1840s. I have an old Baltimore Star ink that's broke, but it's the only known color of that. It's a brown amber color, and that's the only reason I kept it. So, that was my buddy Robert. We were out digging. I was going to throw it in the water, and I showed it to him. He's like, flipping out, what is that? Hold on to it. Don't get rid of that.
Throw it in the water?
Yeah, I was just going to get
the
water. The water. Yeah.
Not the water.
The water. Yeah, the water.
Right on. So, you, Rustbuck Relics, thanks for jumping in, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
A Uber girl asks, who's the most competitive of your group?
Kurt.
What?
I think Kurt is.
Not anymore.
I think, honestly, if I had to say, it's a good competitive way. There's that picture. I love that picture. So.
Yeah.
That was 150 pounds ago, and
that was the first ever bottle. Dude.
Yeah, I know.
So, and somebody asked, they noticed your weight loss. How much have you lost to date?
I went for my CDL physical last week, and it was around 160 pounds.
Good.
Yes.
Dude, that's awesome,
I kept on thinking my starting weight was 380, and realistically, when I went for my CDL physical, it was when I started losing weight because the weight they told me, and I couldn't remember. And I had the paperwork actually out my truck. I was just over 400 pounds. I was 401 pounds.
Wow, man, that's incredible, dude. It takes a lot of work to do that. That's awesome.
So I figured, lose some more weight, cut the skin off, fix my teeth. I'll give Brad a run for his money.
Oh my gosh. What's a bottle you've been hunting for that you haven't found yet?
The Hutch bottles.
Does
I
it
got one
matter
of those.
any
Yeah.
Hutch?
Yeah, any Hutch will do, and like I said, it would just be bonus if it was a Baltimore Hutch, but any Hutch. I mean, like Kurt he found the most amazing Hutch bottle just out metal detecting. He's out there throwing a scoop at it under the water, and it's like, oh gosh, man, you gonna beat the heck out of it.
All holes matter, man. I beat
Yeah.
the stopper, the plug, or whatever.
He got it. He got it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That is
Nice and
awesome.
It was like a 30 signal.
Yeah.
People tell us on our videos to dig the low tones.
And you can find bottles.
We show the coins because they're more exciting.
Oh,
Dig it
yeah.
all.
Yeah. Yeah, right on. That's awesome, man. So those guys went
I will
over
say
to
one-
England. You have any places you want to go to?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah, Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh God.
No, honestly,
I should have been more specific. I walked into that.
no, honestly, I do want to go to England. I would love to go to England. But if you're talking about anything, my dream trip, I want to go somewhere with all the Hoover Boys, and I want to go to England, or I would like even Ireland or something like that. Just even if it wasn't digging, just to go have fun and check it out. I don't think I just recently got my passport. I've never gone anywhere
Outside the country?
Yeah, outside the country.
Outside of Maryland?
Yeah, no, I've been outside of Maryland. But if it's locally, I guess, really honestly, the best place I would like to go is with all the boss, even with you. I would like to go to Brandon. Go out there and find bottles with Brandon. That actually, I don't really think he knows how excited I am to actually even think about doing that. I really want to go do that. I think about it constantly.
Yeah, dude, I would love to as well. I keep threatening. He's walking that creek and he's walking past holes like that are 15, 20 foot deep, and I keep threatening to take all my diving stuff there.
It would be amazing. He'd probably find all those hutches that he likes.
Yeah. So I don't know, but it would be a lot of fun.
I want to say something real quick on here, super quick. Everybody always asks me what my favorite find is, and I can never answer, like metal detecting find. And I kind of figured out what it is, and it's the first ever copper coin I found with no date. Because without that, you would never have the video, diggersonly.com. And I can't get over that video. That's my favorite one.
So that's your favorite coin because of that.
Yeah, that's
video.
my favorite find of all. Just
Your
because,
favorite find.
oh yeah, definitely. It's stuff like that. The quirky things like that I like.
It's the simple stuff like that that makes the stories personal. That it's cool that you guys will have those videos to show your kids, even if they don't want to watch them.
Trust me, my daughter watches them. My wife, she don't care for them.
My kids watch them if they like it or not.
Yeah.
Right on, man. So I think that's it. This has pretty been laid back, pretty chill. I sound like I've probably been punched in the throat, but that's all right. Any place? Do you have any desire to do anything different besides relics and coins? Would you ever go gold prospecting?
I would do all that. If I had the chance, if I had the money and I had the time and I could go out and try anything treasure related, I would do it all. If you told me that collecting rocks, or grass was, or anything, I would do it just to do it, just to try it,
Right. It doesn't really matter as long as you're outdoors and having fun. Who cares?
I guess I got a new look on life. You lose 160 pounds and you think to yourself, you can move, you can breathe better, you can do things. Why not go and embrace life, with what you got now? I think we talked earlier about it. I told you, I said, I signed up for one 5K race, and now I'm doing 2 in the same month. So, and I go every day to the gym just to prepare myself for that. I end up walking anywhere from 3.5 to 4 miles a day just to get myself in shape. Just to walk a 5K. I'm not even running them yet.
Yeah,
But
absolutely, man. Metal Detecting NYC said it's inspiring, and I mean it is. It takes, but it takes going out and hard work to do it. I mean, and I think that's a lot of what people don't understand. Whether you're doing metal detecting, a YouTube channel, or you're making yourself better for your own fitness for your kids or whatever, this stuff doesn't come easy.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I wish I could tell you that I started, metal detecting to find a lot of things, but honestly, I started metal detecting because a while back I wanted to find something to get me more outdoors, and that's part of it. That and figure out the history of why my grandfather fell in love with it back when he was alive,
Right.
But advice for other people with this is I don't go out with the impression I'm going to come home with treasure. If I don't film like Purdue, the treasure for me is going out and hanging out with my buds. That's it.
No doubt, man. No doubt.
I would love to go west and go panning for gold. And
that would just be
pulse machining the gold fields and trying to find nuggets and stuff.
You go west and you got all those old West bottles and everything.
I wouldn't expect to find a much to amount to anything, but just to find raw gold, something I've never done and something that would right up my alley.
Yes, you have the best eyebrows in the business.
Sky Bob says you have the best eyebrows in the business. That's what I also like about you guys. The ribbing, we constantly do it, I think that's part of it, but it makes it fun.
Yeah, well, I mean, you gotta have eyebrows. He's gotta have the best teeth. That's all that matters.
Big shout out to New Level Auto, Nate Taylor. Thank you guys for the super chats. Off the charts. You don't have to do that. Bob asked, why is Kurt out here? Why is Kurt on here? Well, why? Bob, you're next, buddy. I want to hear Bob's West Virginia treasure stories next. If you guys want to see that, drop a thumbs up on this video. We'll make Bob here next.
Bob's a talker.
Yeah, you better make it 2 hours.
Yeah. Make it a 2-hour live stream.
Yeah.
Swansea said bottom feeding Bob.
Bottom feeding.
They're
trying to steal.
I asked her work. Right on.
You asked me to come to my house to use my computer.
Yeah, I asked Kurt if I could come to his house and he could be on the chat with me.
Right on. So, ambient girl.
Oh, we got thumbs down. Yeah. Woo. We're going places.
Oh yeah, we are. Somebody hates me.
Ambient girl said, Hey Bill, your best find's going to be yourself. What an amazing accomplishment. Keep it up. Right on.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, we made it to 51 solid minutes.
How
about this?
The Yoper girl, Bob needs to get out and dig some more. # Team Bobby Buttons. That's correct. He does have to get out more. Jenga. Yes. Everybody go like the Jenga video, please.
So, if you could go digging tomorrow anywhere in the world without restriction, historical, non-historical, anywhere, where would you go?
Oh, jeez. Honestly, probably Fort McHenry.
Fort McHenry?
Oh, yeah.
I'll go Fort
Hell
McHenry. Yeah. I mean, it kind of taunts me because I work. My emergency garage is literally footsteps away from that place. It's like, I just walk over there all the time and do it.
It's funny because we were detecting a park downtown, not far from Fort McHenry, and I had like a construction crew come up to us. I'm like, oh, you guys looking for War of 1812 stuff? And I'm like, we're looking for whatever is underneath our quill. I know we're not too far from that sort of stuff. And he's like, yeah, we are digging up a foundation to make an outhouse or make a bathroom in Fort McHenry. And we came across a live artillery shell, and this Mexican that was working with pulled it out. Oh, not an artillery shell, but like a cannonball. Pulled it out of the ground and started beating on it with a hammer. And they had it X-rayed, and it was unexploded, and it was just wild to hear that there was still cannonballs sitting in Fort McHenry.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That is really cool.
Yeah. If they ever gave us permission for that, I would have to say yes, as long as Bob's not there.
We're not getting on any historical soon, buddy.
But Leo, somebody asked where Leo is, and we're like, we're wondering the same thing. We don't know where Leo is.
Right on.
He's looking at pen.
He's making books.
He's a coin roll hunter now. We lost him.
He's a coin roll hunter?
Yeah.
Somebody said Bob's always butt hurt.
No, he's got his own business.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah.
He's the only one of us that's still in school and juggling the rest of life.
We can't. We like to pick on him, but he's trying to better himself. So.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
Cannonballs at the top of my bucket list too.
Just finding artillery shells made it. I mean, that was exciting for me when we went to Just Go Dig.
Just Go Detecting.
Yeah, I get them all mixed up. There's so many different things out there. But yeah, I mean, I never had any kind of fragments before, and I love that.
Yeah, that's a neat. That's a neat place too. I mean, that's a lot of weird artillery too.
Oh yeah.
So
there's so much different stuff at that site. That's back there tomorrow in a heartbeat.
Yeah, it's neat. I had a personal permission across the road, but that got ate up by an organized relic hunt.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. It's that Culpeper hot soil. How was your experience with that, Bill?
It was weird. I mean, it was so funny because the whole time we were there, I wasn't finding. I mean, I found buttons, I found all that, but when it came to bullets, they were like, "Where are the bullets?" Everybody's out here, a handful of bullets in their hands, and I'm like, I can't seem to get over one. And then that's when we kind of figured out the soil was that messed up. It's just that red soil.
We were also in the wrong areas. That site was huge, and it took us 3 days to figure out that site. Coming into it blind like idiots.
Yeah, it's tough. It's really difficult.
You
Especially
gave
those
us a couple
places that have been
tips right
searched before.
Oh yeah.
You gave us a couple tips right off the bat, and we made it up to Wisconsin camp, and the whole weekend everybody was talking about the bean field, which was a cornfield this year, and that's what threw us off the biggest time. Everybody was in the bean field, which was a cornfield.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish I would have been out there when that bottle was though. That bottle was amazing.
Yeah, we got pretty lucky on that one, but
I still got a picture of that. That thing was amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty incredible. That's always our goal in those things, is to dig Civil War glass, and we've been consistently lucky, I will say.
We've been digging with Aqua Chigger before.
Yeah,
he's a great guy. He's another good guy. Brandon said on there we need to go hunting with Aqua Chigger.
We've been with him a couple of times.
Cannonballs. Yeah, we dug.
Well, not at Aqua Chigger's sites; they're his sites.
Oh yeah, I mean everybody has their own sites. And
we only go where we're invited.
No doubt. So man, we've knocked down right at an hour, man, and I think my voice is done. And but if anybody else has any comments, we'll throw those up before we go through. If you have one food to eat for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh God, without repercussions?
No repercussions.
Pizza.
What kind of pizza? Meat lovers.
It would have to be we have a midnight special at work. It's meat lovers plus shrimp.
Oh, jeez.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's shrimp on it?
trip on it. Yeah, it's well, you see it all the time. You see it all the time on Midnight Shift.
Underfoot Adventures asked, what channels do you watch outside of?
Oh gosh, of course, Adventure Archaeologist. Um, it's hard to say. I got a whole list. I watch on, like your channel and everything. I watch Digging with Seven.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually whatever's on there, and I can see it, and when it pops up. But lately, I guess it's just been the small group of people I just mentioned.
Do you find that you watch more stuff not related to metal detecting than metal detecting?
So I do watch a lot of stuff more. It's not really. It's just I don't know.
Metal detecting is a very small, tight community.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
I guess it's kind of
we're
like,
lucky for that too.
It's kind of like when you sit in a tow truck every night and you can only watch so much of people finding great items, and I sit here and talk about, it don't matter, but then you're like, I got to watch something else and, get that off my mind.
Yeah, no doubt.
So,
no doubt. Or you find yourself starting with a metal detecting video and you end up with a compilation of people falling downstairs.
Oh,
how can you not want to watch that?
Well, I know, I want to watch it. How can you not watch that?
Exactly.
I can tell you one time I was at work and I was watching, actually, it was a couple of our videos, and I fell asleep. And I woke up to a seminar of something about a food processor. And that was 8 hours later. Yeah. So I don't even know how many channels, what I watched or anything like that. I just know my phone was constantly going on and it did not stop. Usually it stops in this day.
No doubt. Anyway, well, I absolutely appreciate you guys for coming on and hanging out with us. Everybody in the chat does too, I'm sure of it.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Yeah, So, real quick, how would people find you on social media besides on YouTube?
Social media.
Yeah, definitely.
How about they'd find you on the Facebook the Hoover Boys metal detecting page?
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm on mostly Facebook, if anything, but I do now post a lot more on the Facebook page, because people may, I think it was somebody said something about it, but I try to stay away from Facebook because it's depressing. It really kind of is. But other than that, I mean, I am on Snapchat and I think Twitter and all that stuff.
You Snapchat your
Oh,
Twitter?
yeah, I have a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh my God!
I couldn't tell you how many times I've been on them, but yes, I do have those too. So
Yeah, but you do have a great community on Facebook. You all do, and it's cool to see the interaction. So that's absolutely fantastic. So there we go. We appreciate you guys coming on and hanging out with us. And
I do try to answer everybody on Messenger. If somebody was saying that on there, I guess, but if people message me, it takes me a couple of days, but I always respond back. I'm just that I will always respond back.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
Thank you for having us on, man. We appreciate
Definitely
it.
appreciate it.
So, well, cool. I'm going to slide you guys right on off to the side here for a second. Don't go anywhere. We're going to close out the show. And there we go. All right. Well, absolutely fantastic. Bill from the Hoover Boys, special appearance by Kurt. We completely appreciate those guys coming and hanging out with us. Fantastic dudes, down to earth, real as it gets. Thanks for Bob and Brad for hanging out in the chat as well. 58 beautiful people here hanging out with my terrible hoarse voice, but thanks for putting up with me. Super chats tonight. Thanks again for the Hoover Boys, Urban Treasure Hunting, New Level Auto, Nate Taylor, and New Level Auto, and then there was Underfoot Adventures. Much appreciated, guys. Yeah, go over to the Hoover Boys. Make sure you're subbed to them. And they have a New England video coming out tomorrow. I would like to say that I could tell you who we're going to have next week.
I'm doing it over here.
So if you're interested in coming on the show and hanging out with me, send me a message. Facebook, YouTube, I don't know, smoke signals, whatever. Until next week, I hope you guys get to go out and find some history. And as always, if you can't get out and find history, make sure you guys go out and make history. My name's Matt. This is Gone Diggin live from the Relic Room, and I appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. We'll see you guys soon.